That didn't have the ending I was hoping for. Besties, this video is sponsored by Book of the Month. Thank you so much, Book of the Month, for sponsoring today's video. As we all know, and we're sick of hearing it by now, I'm obsessed with Book of the Month. I've been talking about this, I think, for years, and I will just keep going until somebody stops me. Book of the Month is an online reading service where basically you get books delivered to your house that you choose each month. They have a selection of editors that go through books and find new fiction ones, new authors, emerging authors, and they give you some options for fantasy or thrillers or romance or YA, what have you, and you make those selections, and then they show up in this cute little box for you every month. And get this, okay, if you're not satisfied and you're like, okay, this month I'm just really not vibing with the selections, they let you skip a month. I've discovered some of my favorite authors through Book of the Month. Taylor Jenkins Reid, my first time reading a book by her was because of Book of the Month. I'm pretty sure Daisy Jones and Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, if I'm not mistaken. And Ali Hazelwood, The Love Hypothesis, I got it from Book of the Month. There's also so many books that are on my TBR that I got from Book of the Month. The Pairing by Casey McQuiston, Wedding People. Oh my God, I'm so excited to read The Wedding People. Here are my two selections for this month. I won't talk about them too much with you, but just know that I'm very excited because I love V.E. Schwab, okay? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was probably one of the first books I read when I got back into reading, and I still love it till this day. And then I got this, A Curse Carved in Bone, because I heard that the series is really good, and I want to get into it at some point in time. This is book 2. Yes, book 2, Saga of the Unfated, book 2. I don't want to read the back because I don't want to spoil anything for me. I'm not going to lie. So let's just close that. I'll read the back of this one for you. It says, 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangled like roots. One grows high and one grows deep and one grows wild and all of them grow teeth. Yeah, that sounds really fun. Wait, I love this. Oh, I'm so excited. So besties, if you want the best price for hardcover fiction books, if you want to not have to go through the struggle of finding new books every single month, if you want to try new and emerging authors, Book of the Month is the thing for you. This month with Book of the Month, you can get the first book for only $9.99 with code Daydream, and you get to select a new hat. So not only do you get the book, but then you also get the hat. They also have add-on books too, so like you select one book that you want in your box, and then you can add another book on there if that interests you as well. So besties, if you want to join me, click the link in my description, go to bookofthemonth.com and use code Daydream for you to get your first book for only $9.99 and the free hat. I love you. Back to the video. Hello, my shutty baes. Hello, my besties. I am extremely late, and for that I do apologize, but let me explain myself. I am filming this currently on June 8th, which is way longer of a time than one would expect for a wrap up, and it is literally being posted this week. Oh no. Okay, listen. At the end of May, I was like really going through it, and then I was traveling, and then I was also doing my program, and a lot of shit was happening all at once. And so I didn't film a wrap up, right? And then the week after that, it was releasing 10, and I was just down really bad, and I couldn't physically do anything. So again, I didn't film a wrap up. And so now here we are, several fucking days later, and you know what? Better late than never is what I always say. We are trying a new Alani flavor today, guys. This is the cotton candy Alani. This is brand new, not sponsored, just I wish, but it is very good. Yes, it's so good. And you know what's funny? I actually don't love cotton candy at all. So I was like, this is not gonna taste good, but it actually tastes quite good. Also, my bun is really big right now, and Lauren has informed me that I look like the mouse from Zootopia. That's what you think I look like? Oh my God. Her name's Frou Frou?
I guess.
And the name is Frou Frou. My name is now Frou Frou. Anyway, guys, I just put the hair up in a bun because I haven't washed my hair.
It is Frou Frou, indeed. And I stand corrected. She's an Arctic shrew.
What the fuck is that?
I guess a type of mouse or a rodent.
I'll have you know also, I literally came up to her and I was like, I'm about to film. Does this look fine? And she looks at me, straight face. You look like the mouse from Zootopia.
Do you want me to try this so I can just sit back
Yes,
down?
please try it.
Since apparently you can't move on with your life.
Try the cotton candy. I think you'll like it.
No.
That didn't have the ending I was hoping for. I haven't washed my hair in quite some time, so that's why I look like this. Anyway, we're ignoring the fact that I look like Frou Frou and that I am super late to this wrap up because here I am, I have arrived. Hello. Here are all the books that I read in May, and I'm going to be talking about every single one of them, telling you what I rated them and what they're about. No spoilers in any of these videos, of course. Now, here's the thing. I didn't read a lot, so I'm just throwing that out there. right now because I don't want you to be expecting 20 books or like 25 or anything like that, and then you get this and you're a little disappointed because I read, let's see, I read actually 10. Well, that's not so bad. And you know what's even worse? I think in June I'm gonna have less because it's already June 8th and I have managed to listen to one book and that's it. So my June wrap up, you guys are gonna be really, really mad at me, but here we are. It's just the cards we were dealt. Anyway, here are the books that I read this month. I am going to start off talking about this hockey series that I listened to. Okay, the audiobooks were really, really good. I really enjoyed them. Like I started reading the first book when I was in Nashville, I think, and then I just wasn't really in the mood. Like I was in the mood when I first started it, and then I completely lost the mood, and so I stopped, and then I started again, and I listened to the entire audiobook, and I ate this series up. This series is, what is this series called? La di di la di da. It's called, hello? I actually don't know if the series has a name. It's like the something series. The Undone series. I definitely knew that. Okay, the Undone series by Peyton Corinne. Guys, this is her first books, and they were phenomenal. If you are looking for romance, hockey, spice, fun, found family, and just like emotional and beautiful, this is the one. This really is the one. Like if you are looking for off-campus kind of vibes, but also like, I want to say Windy City, but like not really because it doesn't have that much emotion and that much depth, but it does at the same time. So I feel like if you're looking for off-campus, if you're looking for that kind of energy of like interconnected hockey standalones and found family, a friend group, all of that, I feel like this is the series for you. And if you haven't read it, highly, highly fucking recommend. First up, I'm gonna talk about Unsteady because this is the first book in the series. And this is obviously the one I listened to first since this is the first book in the series. Nothing gets past me. This follows Reese and Sadie and it's dual POV, and Reese was injured when he was playing hockey and he has PTSD from that and he's not doing so well. So he's trying to get back into hockey and back into his real life after said injury. And Sadie, on the other hand, has a really hard home life and she's a figure skater and she literally has to work. She raises her two brothers, she goes to school, and she figure skates, and she tries to manage all of that. So Reese is currently like not feeling anything, and Sadie is feeling too much. And then they meet each other in the rink. This was unexpectedly so good. A lot of people compare this to Binding 13, which is low-key why I went into it in the first place, because they were like, oh, Johnny and Shannon, like a lot of that vibe. I see that vibe in the sense of like, he is injured and he's getting back from that injury and she has a hard home life. That's it. That's where the similarities end. She's nothing like Shannon. Like she's quite literally the opposite. She is very headstrong. She's very passionate, she's very opinionated and knows what she wants, and she's very cold sometimes. I loved her. And he is literally the sweetest fucking thing in the entire world. Like he's so sweet, he's so soft. And I adored them. The spice was amazing, the found family was amazing. Like I said, it had humor, it had emotion, it had all of those things. It tugged on my heartstrings, but it didn't make me sad. Like I wasn't sitting there sobbing, but I was emotional, which I liked. Yes. Oh, you know what? They also share music. They share music. iPod and stuff. So you know what? I see another Johnny and Shannon similarity there because they do share a lot of music. Oh, I loved this one. Oh guys, this one was so good. Okay, this was really good. And if you read this one and you're like, oh, I wonder who else has books, wonder no more, because this was even better. This follows Freddie and Ro, and Freddie is one of the guys on Reese's hockey team. Reese is the captain, by the way, and Freddie is a player on said team, and he's also friends with Reese. And Ro is Sadie's best friend. So you kind of get to see little crumbs of them in Unsteady, and you're wondering like, what's the deal with them? And this story took me by fucking surprise. I thought this was gonna be my favorite because I feel like it's the one that's the most talked about, but this took the cake. Like I devoured this. This is like kind of like The Deal. So if you like The Deal, I feel like you would like this kind of vibe. This is like a friends to lovers. There's a little bit of fake dating, not really. Like there's little parts that intertwine with fake dating, but not really. I don't want to say it's fake dating because it's not, but it is friends to lovers and she is his tutor. Guys, it is so Nayli. If you love Nayli from One Tree Hill, and I know you love them. I know you love them because I love them and you are me. So therefore, I just know you do. I know you're at home shaking your head like, yeah, Larry, you're so right. Oh, I loved this one. Freddie was everything. Wait, guys, I actually want to look at some quotes that I loved from this. Wait, guys, look at this quote from Unsteady, okay? Are you ready? I have the TikTok open where I posted this quote. I know you like to have control, but I'm not some boy you're using to try to feel nothing. You're gonna feel everything with me. Oh, I love this man. And then if you thought that couldn't get any better, okay? She literally has a piece of shit boyfriend in this one. And she says to him, I have a boyfriend. And he says, and I score on defended nets all the time. The goalie makes scoring more difficult, not impossible. Huh? And in Brazil, they have this saying where it's like, oh, soccer has a goal, but doesn't mean you can't score. And so that reminded me of that. And most of the times I would be like, oh, that's cringe. But it actually worked so well for this man. Maybe because he's paper. So if those quotes didn't convince you to read this series, then I don't know what will. And I'm so excited for future couples because we got crumbs of who's gonna get books in each of these. And I feel it in my bones that I'm gonna love it. I think that there's one I'm pretty sure about. I don't think she gives us any crumbs of like what's happening next. She doesn't. How dare you? How dare you, Peyton Corinne? Well, anyway, the rest of the team is definitely gonna get books. And there's this guy that you are going to absolutely fucking hate in the beginning. He's like supposed to be the enemy, but he's so fine. He's so fine. And I need that man's book more than I need air to breathe. So I said what I said. So Unsteady, I rated this one 4 stars. Really, really, really loved it. Like I said, highly recommend the audiobook. And then Unloved, I rated this one 4.5 stars. Loved it better than Unsteady, but literally both just as fucking good. Like I said, if you're looking for hockey romances. So I read this book, Dom. Dom follows Val, and from what I remember, they meet at an airport, and he is in the crime business mafia. He's in the mafia, and that's all she wrote. I really don't remember much, I'm not gonna lie, because I DNF'd this. Oh guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me read you the synopsis. Maybe this will help you. She says, when I was 9, I went to my first funeral. Yes, yes. Along with accepting my father's death, I had to accept new and awful truths I wasn't prepared for. When I was 19, I went to my mother's funeral. We weren't close, but with her gone, I became more alone than ever. Okay, so that's upsetting for her. Sure, I have a half a brother who runs the Alliance, and yeah, he's given me protection in the form of a bodyguard, but I don't have anyone that really knows me, no one that really loves me, until I meet him, the man in the airport. When one chance meeting turns into something hotter, something serious, I let myself believe that maybe he's the one. Maybe this man is the one who will finally save me from the loneliness. The one to give me the family I've always craved. And then his POV says, the mafia is in my blood. It's what I do. I think that's so funny that she's like, oh my God, I went to a funeral when I was little and then my mom died and I'm just really struggling. And he's like, the mafia is in my blood. Anyway, the mafia is in my blood. It's what I do. So when that blood is spilled and one funeral turns to 3, drastic measures need to be taken. And when the battle turns into war, I'm going to need more men and more power. I'm going to need the Alliance and I'll become a member by any means necessary. So I feel like maybe he's using her to get to the Alliance. I don't really know what the tea is there. I did DNF it and I did not get far at all. I'm making a reading vlog, reading all of the picks that were in my April TBR. So that'll be coming at some point. Again, I take 3 to 5 business months to do everything. So expect it at some point in time. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Here's the thing. He calls her mama.
I say it in Spanish, so instead of saying like, come here, mama, I'll be like, come here, mama.
And that's one of my biggest things. Like, unless you are Benito, unless you are Bad Bunny himself, I do not want to hear mama coming out of your mouth. I physically cannot. And I don't know if it's because like I heard it so much throughout high school that like maybe I became immune. I'm immune to the word mama and I hated that. I hated that so much. And so many quotes from that book, I just couldn't do it. Like right away, it was very steamy, lust at first sight. I feel like I would have liked it if I kept going maybe, but I just didn't want to give it a chance. And so I didn't. So that's a DNF. I'm not rating it because it's a DNF, but maybe one day I'll go into this series. However, this was not that day. Then I read quite a bit of thrillers this month. And by quite a bit of thrillers, I literally mean I read 4 thrillers. I vlogged the entire thing. So if you want to go watch the entire journey of reading thrillers for a week, you can go watch that. There's no spoilers in any of those videos, but you'll see my exact thoughts throughout. So I'll wait while you go watch that. Did you watch it? Wasn't it so fun? Okay, anyway, in that video I read The Drowning Woman, The Butcher, Confessions, and The Tenant. I listened to The Drowning Woman, The Butcher, and Confessions, and I read on Kindle The Tenant. Like I told you guys, I was in a really bad reading slump, and the only way I was getting through books is audio. And now this month, I'm not even getting through any books, not even with audio, so I'm really going through it. And it's all Chloe Walsh's fault. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So I listened to The Drowning Woman. This one is about a homeless lady and she's living in her car and, well, she's not homeless, she lives in her car. Her car is her home. So this lady lives in her car and she is parked by the beach one day asleep and she hears somebody drowning and she goes over there and saves the woman. And the story starts there. I don't want to tell you anything because I feel like it'll be more fun if you just go into it. This book started off really strong for me. I loved it. I loved it. I was eating up everything they were giving me and the audiobook was so good. And then it went like this and then all of a sudden it just fell down. It just completely fell down and ate shit because what the fuck was that? I did not like anything about the ending, the middle. I don't really even know what happened. I loved the beginning. I was so invested. And then I feel like twists started to come out of nowhere and they kind of started to all blend together and make it seem like they were just trying to shock me. Like I feel like the author was just throwing things at you to be like, look at this twist, and I'll look at this twist, and I'll look at this twist. Don't you love this book? And I'm like, no, this is too much. You're doing too damn much. So I ended up rating this one 2 stars, and that's me being kind. But then I listened to The Butcher, okay? I have read another book by this author, Jennifer Hillier, I want to say her name is. I read another book by her, and it was like Jar of Hearts or something, and I also DNF'd that. I don't really remember why I DNF'd it. I just remember that I did at some point DNF it. I didn't have much faith for this one, but the story was actually really, really good. This is literally a story of a serial killer, but it is told from different POVs of people in this town not really knowing about this serial killer. So you get the serial killer's POV, just letting you know right up front. So you get a lot of language that is not the best. Like the serial killer quite literally speaks disgustingly because, you know, he's a murderer. And so he's just, well, he's a piece of shit. He's not like the murderers we like. Like he's not like the mafia murders we're a fan of. He's like the bad kind of murderer. Like he's like sexist, you know what I mean? And homophobic. Like who wants that? I don't want that in a murder. I just want you to kill for me. Somebody touched me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't really know how much of this book is set in the back because I really just went into it. So I don't really know what the summary of it is. So all I want to tell you is that it's about a serial killer and people living in town trying to figure out things about said serial killer. I feel like this book, I expected to not like it at all because it tells you the twist right away. Like it gives you exactly what the book is about, but then it starts unraveling everything and telling you how we got there. And it actually was so good. And I will say there's a little romance in this book. It's like a very, very minimal thing, but I ate that shit up. I ate it up. I loved the romance. So this book was definitely, it was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was a 3-star. It wasn't like my favorite thriller I've ever read, but also not my least favorite. 3 stars, which means I liked it, by the way. Like 3 stars means I liked a book. It doesn't mean that I hated it. I feel like a lot of people's 3 stars are like, I hate it. That's not mine. I don't know where that person came from. Anyway, The Butcher, 3 stars. The next thriller I listened to was Confessions. Okay, if you're gonna listen to me about any of these thrillers, listen to me with this one because this thriller was quite literally like 2 hours on audiobook. It was super, super quick. I feel like the Kindle version probably only has like 200 pages or less, and yet it blew my fucking mind. Okay, this is a Japanese thriller and it got translated to English, and I did not expect what I got. Now, let me just tell you, I would like to read more Japanese thrillers because what the fuck was that? This book is about a middle school teacher, okay? And she literally is trying to teach the kids in her class a lesson because she thinks that they are responsible for the murder of her child. Yeah. And it's told from all these different POVs and you just like uncover things little by little by little by little. And the ending just had me flabbergasted. I think I heard it all in one day, like while I was cleaning and cooking and stuff on a Sunday because it was so good. It kept me entertained the entire time. And then when I posted my vlog, a lot of people said that Japanese thrillers are like that. They are all very good. So if you could recommend me some more, slay. I will be reading them. This was really, really good. 4 stars for Confessions. I ate this one up. If you're gonna read any of the thrillers here, have it be that one. And lastly, I finished off my thriller week with The Tenant by Freida McFadden. I have a love-hate relationship with Freida McFadden, okay? We go way back. We go way back. I have read so many of her books. I have loved so many of her books. I also have hated so many of her books, okay? So like The Housemaid, love. Never Lie, my number 1, my favorite. I also love The Inmate. I love The Housemaid's is Watching, or no, The Housemaid's Secret. I did not like The Housemaid's Watching actually. But then I also like hated The Coworker. I liked The Teacher, but then I also hated Ward D. So you see, me and Freida McFadden, we like toe a fine line. You know what I mean? This one, I liked, okay? This is literally about a couple. They live together and everything's great, and then he gets fired and they have no money. And so they have to rent out their room upstairs to a tenant. That is why it's called The Tenant. Yeah, that's it. I feel like I thought I really had this. I thought I had this book down. I was like, I know exactly what's gonna happen and you can't fucking surprise me. And then somehow I was still surprised. Sometimes it just do be like that. Freida McFadden she just does a damn thing. Also, guys, wait, did you guys know? I'm gonna tell you a story about Freida McFadden because did you know she literally is a doctor? Like, Freida McFadden is a best-selling American author. She's a practicing physician who specializes in brain injuries. What the fuck? Excuse me? So you're telling me she literally is a doctor, specializes in brain injury, and then she's like, oh, you know what? Let me just write books on the side. That is more than I will ever do with my life. That's crazy. Anyway, just wanted to share some Freida McFadden knowledge in case you didn't know. Oh my god, wait, you know what she kind of looks like? Oh my god, she kind of looks like Amy from Big Bang Theory. And that actress is also super fucking smart. She's also a scientist or like doctor or something like that. And then on the side, an actress. Incredible. Then I read, oh god, okay. I read this book when I was in California because it's my bestie Anna's favorite, and it's called Bittersweet Memories. Well, fuck. This book follows Silas and Alana, and it is dual POV. He's homeless. Oh my god, that's another book I read where they're homeless. That's the second book this month I've read, or in May. I had a theme. He's homeless, and she's, well, okay. I don't really know how to explain this book, guys, because I feel like if I explain it the way I want to explain it, it gives everything away. So I really don't want to do that, and I don't want to compare it to what I'm thinking about. Because I think if I compare it, you'll also know, if you've read this book, you'll know why I compared it. So I don't want to spoil anything for you, but just know that it follows Alana and Silas, and it is kind of a It's Always Been You, Second Chance, Forbidden. It's a little bit of everything, and it is very messy. I, however, DNF'd it at 30%. I couldn't fucking do it. Now, listen, the reasons why I couldn't fucking do it could absolutely be the reasons why you love it. Like, Yana ate that shit up. I despised it. Like, not even in a cute little, oh, I hated it kind of way. In a, oh my God, get that book out of my face kind of way. But I don't know if it was just because of the timing. I don't know what it was, but the quotes like really threw me off. They meet when she's very young, and like, that's okay. There's no big deal in that. Like, I love Ryke and Daisy, and they have a crazy age gap too. I love Birthday Girl. They have a crazy age gap. But they meet when she's younger, and he's like says really weird shit to her. Like, he's like, he calls her little girl. And like, he's like, oh, have you ever sucked dick, little girl? No, I can't. I did not like that man. I did not find that man attractive. I did not like her. I didn't like anything. I actually despised this story. So I DNF'd it at 30%. But like I said, it's one of Yana's favorite books. So maybe it'll be yours. Give it a try. Or don't, if you love yourself. Lastly, but certainly not least, I am currently working on my reread of Boys of Tommen. Why did I do this to myself? I don't know. But I went and I started tabbing my paperbacks, like the special editions I made. I reread Buying 13. I am in the middle of rereading Keeping 13 right now. Let me explain what happened, okay? I've said this in many videos that you haven't seen yet because the videos will be coming. But in my Boys of Tommen vlog, I started this in May. And I finished the entire thing, reread it, had the time of my fucking life, still 5 million stars, my favorite series of all time. If I had to pick one favorite series, just one, it's always gonna be Boys of Tommen, always, okay? If I had to pick one fantasy one though, it would be Fourth Wing. But then one like real life one, Boys of Tommen. So Boys of Tommen and Fourth Wing. And yes, that is on top of a Dick to Calloway. I know it's crazy because you guys know I'm obsessed with the Dick to Calloway, but I cannot explain to you the things that Boys of Tommen does to me. You can see me talking about them in every single one of my videos. I honestly don't want to keep talking because you're gonna be like, Larry, please shut the fuck up. But anyway, I was rereading, okay? Had the time of my life. Johnny and Shannon are everything to me. This book is everything to me. This series is everything to me. The characters, ooh, everything I was eating up, okay? And then I started rereading Keeping 13, and I started suffering a little bit, not doing so well, but I was like, I'm gonna keep going. But then in the middle of that, this book came out, Releasing 10. And so I said, let me pause my reread of Keeping 13, go into Releasing 10, and then I'll just be back. I'll just be right back in the universe. Like, genius, right? I haven't read a thing since this. It came out May 27th, okay? It's about to be 2 weeks since this came out when I'm filming this, and I haven't read a thing since then. So as you can see, I am down horrendously bad, and I tried going back to Keeping 13, and all I kept doing was sobbing my heart out, and I really couldn't do it. Here is actual footage of me going through Releasing 10. Oh, I'm so sad. I actually want to throw up. I literally just want to die. It was just part 1. Anyway, I read this, and if you want to see the vlog, I did a whole vlog where I read this, non-spoiler, so if you want to go watch it, feel free, but that was the hardest vlog I've ever filmed ever because I was not well. And not even not well in a cute way, not well in a terrible way. This book follows Lizzie and Huey, and it's dual POV, and if you've read Boys of Tommen, you know that Boys of Tommen is not a cute contemporary romance series, okay? It's also not YA. I feel like a lot of people think it's YA because sometimes Barnes & Noble puts it in the YA section. I could not tell you why. I could not fathom why they do. It is not YA. The characters are very young. Yes, but the content in the books is not for a young audience. I personally don't think so. Obviously, you know, you decide what you want to read and shit like that. I'm not going to force you to do anything or not do anything. But in my humble opinion, I don't think it's YA. And this was definitely not YA, okay? Like Boys of Tommen, Binding 13 and Keeping 13, they have abuse and alcoholism in the family. And there's a lot of like terrible themes in that one. And then Saving and Redeeming 6, there's addiction and also abuse and also alcoholism. There's like a bunch of things in those 2 books that are very, very, very triggering. There's a lot of triggering topics. So this one, expect nothing less. In fact, expect worse because this one has sexual abuse and childhood sexual abuse, and it keeps going, and it's like very graphically described. In the beginning, it literally says, please beware, this story tackles incredibly harrowing topics revolving around childhood abuse, sexual trauma, suicide. This may not be suitable for younger readers, triggers, sexual content, blah, blah. So it has like all of the triggers. I personally would not read this book if any of those things are remotely triggering to you, because it is very graphic. Like, for me to say that it's graphic, it's very graphic, okay? Because I watch a lot of true crime, I watch a lot of Criminal Minds. Like, I see a lot of this stuff and I research a lot of this stuff. And like in my rehab program, we talk about a lot of this stuff, and like people say their stories and stuff, and I almost couldn't handle this. It was a lot, but I think it's a story that needs to be told. I think Chloe Walsh didn't sugarcoat anything, and I think that's why I loved it so much. Lizzie is bipolar, and I feel like Chloe did such a good job showing that in a character, and I think she did such a good job showing victims and showing what happens in abusive relationships, and not just the childhood ones, but also like later on, there's like more things that it shows, and I just think she did a really good job. I think these kind of topics don't need to be sugarcoated. They can't be. And it's not cute. It's ugly. Yeah, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be disgusted, but that's the entire fucking point. And I think that's why it's important to have stories like that. So I loved this. 5 million stars. This is probably one of my favorite books of the year. Like, this and Onyx Storm are right now tied for first favorite books of the year, because it's that good. But I can't think about it too much, or else I will lose my mind. And if I start to talk about it right now, I may cry, okay? I made a Huey and Lizzie playlist, guys. Go listen to it if you want to sob with me. And here's the thing, the reason why I'm so unwell from this is also because this is their first book. This is not their ending, so it does end in a cliffhanger. And if I could give you any advice from just a bestie to a bestie, I would say wait. I would really, really say wait until there's a release date for the next one, until you know the second one's coming, until you have something to grab onto, because right now we are just left in the dirt. And that is why I have not read a single fucking thing. I've been able to listen to Beautiful Venom. That's gonna be in my June wrap up, but that's the only thing I've been able to listen to. I haven't listened to anything else. I haven't read anything else. I tried going back to Heaping 13, and I physically couldn't be in that universe without feeling like hollow and empty, and just like in a way that books shouldn't make you feel. Like I feel like I just lost like family members that are just like, I just can't see them anymore. That's really depressing. I feel too much and I love too loudly, but yet here we are. Anyway, Lizzie is everything to me. I loved this book. There was a lot of representation also with like relationship abuse in a way. Like, you'll see scenes of like this character Pierce and her, and I feel like those scenes were very, very, very well done. And those are scenes that like I personally can relate to, so I feel like it was very well done. Not with Giant. Don't worry. Oh my god, someone's calling me. Oh my god, it's Giant. Hi, sweetie. It's like Giant knew I was talking about something triggering to me before Giant. So I feel like I can relate to a lot of those things, and seeing them on paper and seeing Lizzie go through them was so beautiful and healing in a way. So I think she did a great job. And also the literal dedication to this book says, are you ready, guys? For the survivors. No, I can't. Anyway, I'm still at the restaurant. This is where I am. I'm at the restaurant, my favorite series ever. I will eventually finish my Boys of Tommen reread and give you that vlog. When that will happen, I don't know. Stay very tuned. At some point in time it will. I just don't know when, because as of right now, I can't even look at this book. Like, I haven't even tabbed it yet. It's all sitting on my Kindle because I can't physically go through that again. But I will say it was one of my favorite Boys of Tommen books. Like, it stands up there with Keeping 13 and Redeeming 6. Yeah, like Redeeming 6, Keeping 13, and Releasing 10 are like, I don't even really know how to choose. It's like picking your favorite child. Like, you sort of have one, but you don't say it, you know? Anyway, guys, wish me luck in my reading journey this month, because, or else you're not even gonna get a June wrap up. Like, what do I do if I don't read any books in June? Do I just like not do a wrap up? Do I just not tell you guys? Like, what do? I don't really know. Oh, also, did I tell you what I rated Releasing 10? 5 stars. But you knew that. You literally knew that. I don't need to talk about this again. Oh, they love each other so much. And seeing the characters from the other books too, like seeing everyone come together and like meeting Johnny for the first time and seeing Joey. And literally Huey took me by such surprise. Oh, and Gypsy and Claire. Oh, and Feely and Katie. I can't. I actually don't want to do this, is what I don't want to do, because I want to not cry for the rest of the night. Anyway, if I don't have any books that I read in June, then you won't see me for another wrap up for till college. So let's just hope for the best. Send me your well wishes. I will be reading soon. Stay very tuned. As of right now, Larry does not read, but soon Larry will be reading once more. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Have such a great day. Oh my god, forgot your kiss. Don't worry.